Hey, let me tell you about my reset button that I use spiritually. I reset 4 different areas: my feelings, my priorities, my anxious thoughts, and my energy level. All right. It comes from the time in the Bible, the New Testament part of the Bible, where Jesus was asked by a lawyer, what's the most important law? What else is a lawyer going to ask about, right? Most important line. Jesus says, here it is. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, your soul, your mind, your strength. What's he saying? He's saying we can reset our hearts. I don't know how many people have said to you, how are you feeling today? And then the idea is, and the assumption is, you're stuck with those feelings because that's how you're feeling today. In concrete for the rest of the day. It's permanent. We get to set our feelings. I love the Apostle Paul. He wrote some Christians in the first century. He said, set your feelings. Don't let them set you. How do you do that? Gratitude. You can be feeling lousy and start to think of blessings and what you're grateful for. It resets your feelings. Heart, then Jesus said you can reset your soul. How do you do that? Well, your soul is your personhood. It was intended by God to live forever. That's why people are enamored with long life and eternal life. And yet they get so caught up in this life, they shrivel up that soul that they have that's meant to live forever. One time Jesus said, what does it profit a person if they get all the money in the world but lose their own soul? So you got, Bill Gates' wealth, Warren Buffett, and Elon Musk. Okay, Elon's losing a bit. But all the money in the world, and yet you lose your own soul. And so Jesus says, go for what is worth more. He says, who's got a soul that is worth so that money's worth more than their soul? That's basically what he was saying. And so I can reset my soul by thinking about stuff that's going to last forever. And then heart, soul, mind. My mind, that's my thoughts. Anxious thoughts. I can get pretty ticked off at people in my mind. That was unjust. That's unfair. Or circumstances that happen. Why did that happen, God? And so I go to God and I'm pretty upset. I'm trying to get him upset and I'm praying and he basically says, I told you this would happen. In this broken world, you're going to have troubles, but be of good cheer. This is not all there is. I have overcome the world. And he said, my peace I give to you. Not as the world gives, but a different kind of peace I give you. As you think about me and about your future, and that I am with you through this. And so I reset my mind by saying, I love you, God, with all my mind. So I set my feelings. I have my soul thinking about what really matters, priorities. And I have hope and I have peace. And then he says, love the Lord your God with all your strength. That's your energy level. Sometimes we think, well, I've got to help people, do good. And we have all these responsibilities. I love that Jesus said, love others, listen to this, as I love you. Love them as I have loved you. He's saying that's where our strength comes from. It reminds me of the story where, a lot of us that have been like 3rd generation Canadians, we had people that left for just like they do today, a better life for their kids. And my great-grandparents, whatever, left Europe and Ireland, came over on a boat. And I heard this story, not from my family, but what happened on the boat was these people weren't used to being on one of these big passenger ships coming to Canada. And it hit a storm. And of course, they're not only getting seasick, they're wondering, are we even going to survive this thing? Because it was just waves coming up over the boat and everyone's scared. Are we even going to survive this storm? And one of the kids in the family went from where their family was staying down below deck and went right up to the bridge, where the captain is, and saw the captain steering and giving commands. And then the captain looked at the kid. And the kid ran downstairs to his family and said, we're going to be all right. We're going to be all right. And he said, how do you know we're going to be all right? We're in this storm. And the kid said, I looked at the captain's face and he smiled at me. That's what prayer is. It's not just about bringing your grocery list of needs, but it's loving God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. So have a good prayer time.